Alors j'ai le grand privilège aujourd'hui d'être avec Leo Angart qui va répondre à mes questions. Et bonjour Léo.
Bonjour.
Donc je suis vraiment très impressionnée d'être avec toi parce que tu es vraiment une personne exceptionnelle. Et j'aimerais te poser quelques questions, notamment quelles ont été tes impressions à la suite du summit, du Leadership Summit.
For me, it was wonderful because I was at the summit or the World Leadership Conference in 1997. And for me, I met some old friends and met new friends, and I can sort of have an impression of the development over those years. And there has been more focus, and I think there was a lot of more energy and more determined to actually do things. And there were some decisions that were made, and hopefully we will see some progress in this about research and about marketing and about getting NLP recognized and having a general sort of like a worldwide brand of NLP and improve the image that NLP has. Okay. So.
And what else?
And what else? I met you and Philippe, which was wonderful because France has not been really represented in big numbers in the past. So it's wonderful to see people from France coming in and contributing. And then one of the things that I'm interested in is to maybe make biographies and highlight some of the contribution of the amazing NLP trainers that you have in France. Because most people are not really aware of that. And I think that's a shame and we need to do something about that.
And you are from Denmark. And can you speak to us a little bit about NLP in Denmark?
I don't know. I don't do NLP in Denmark. I left Denmark in 1970, so I'm not really a good one to speak about that. I can talk to you about NLP in Hong Kong. Right. In Asia. I did my NLP trainings in Hong Kong. I was the one who established the first practitioner, master practitioner, wrote manuals in Hong Kong. And in Hong Kong, they speak Chinese. So we were doing trainings in multilingual, like for example, we did the language pattern, NLP language meta model and melted model. Both of them at the same time in 2 languages, which worked very well. So it surprised everybody, but everybody got it and in 2 languages at the same time. So that was really interesting to do. It's a lot of fun.
I'm very impressive about your work, and I know you travel a lot. Can you let us dream about all your travel around the world?
Yes, I'm fortunate because I'm actually working with my modeling project. I come from the tradition of NLPU, and many years ago I was there and I restored my own eyesight about 26 years ago. And 5 years later I was in NLPU and we had to have a project for modeling. I'm very interested in modeling. And at that point I didn't know anybody who had restored their eyesight themselves, but I knew what I did. So there were 80 people in the class, and I did the talk because they said, I got rid of eyeglasses, so I want to know how did you do that? And I want to do this myself as well. And I said, okay guys, I will give a talk. And 60 people showed up, which was literally an eye-opener for me because I did not know that so many people was interested in that. And then the following year, 1996, I was back and we had to have this project, and I decided that I want to do vision training or vision, help people to restore their vision. This will be my modeling project. And I've been teaching this around the world for the last 20 years. I have written 4 books, and 2 of them are bestsellers, more than 100,000 copies or in excess of that. Translated into 10 languages at the moment, not in French yet.
Oh, why not?
Well, we need to find somebody who can publish it in the French world. So this is an example of how I use NLP because when you come to my class and you have glasses and you want to get rid of your glasses, many people want to do that, but they don't know why. So we have the resistance of the scientific world that says this is not possible. So I need to use NLP in order to persuade people that it is possible for them. So there's a belief change that has to happen. They come hoping that they can do it. But I have done it so it's indisputable that it's possible in the world because I'm a living example. So you can't say it's not possible. Well, you did it 25 years ago. Yes. So when it's 25 years ago, it becomes even more weighty because it tells you that it lasts. Yes. Right? And then people begin to open, okay, maybe it is possible in the world. And then the workshop is structured using NLP ideas that we sort of go a little bit, and then we do some exercises. Then say, oh, okay, I know that I have tension in my eyes. Okay, we can get rid of the tension. Yes. And we have feedback. You can see your eyes are improving. So at the end of the workshop, my goal for people is that they leave the workshop knowing they have control over their eyesight. Right? And they know exactly what to do. And then it's up to them, because I cannot do it for you. You have to do it. So the NLP structure of the class enables people to go out and do that. Yes. And we have some amazing examples. And also I work a lot with children, which is one of the things that's very close to my heart. And about between 40 and 60% of all school children have undetected vision problems, which interfere with their work.
It's quite incredible.
It is indeed. All research has shown this since the 1970s and 80s, but nothing is done about it. So I see people in my classes who had problems with their eyes that influences their reading ability for something 60 years, which had been found out when they were 6 years old. So the problem is that the parents and teachers don't know they don't know. So one of my passions now is to let people know, and I get more doctors and others involved, but especially parents and teachers, because this can be reversed. Yes. So, for example, from Britain there was a young man who had trouble reading, and he was struggling. Yes. And I did work with him 3 years ago, and I just got an email from his father saying that now he has passed the school, and he can now enter any university he wants. Make a big difference in his life.
You change lives.
Just like that. Little boy in Vienna, Lars is his name, he was 8 years old, didn't want to read because it was too difficult. So we fixed him. This was Friday. He came back with his dad on Monday, and the dad says, you know, you won't believe it, he wants to read his sister's Harry Potter book now. Because now he can read, it's not a problem, he just do it. Wonderful. So this is the idea is to prevent that from being the problem, because it's very simple. So that's one of the things I hope to do. Maybe in France we can do that. We can make a project so all French children would be able to read. One of the things that's interesting about France, or French, is I talk to translators, EU translators, German nationals who speak perfect French, but I can't write it. Yes. Right? Because French and Danish, you have to see the word, because French and Danish is not written the way it's spoken. Yes. So you have to see it. Yes. So we use the NLP spelling strategy, and then they happened. It did with a girl in Belgium. She was in trouble with her French. She spoke perfect French, but she couldn't write it. So he just fixed it for her, and then she came back and said, everything's perfect now. So that's some of my contributions using NLP, and in this case involved in France.
It's really a great contribution. C'est vraiment une grande contribution pour dans le monde de la PNL. Merci beaucoup. Merci Léo. Merci.